WD18 outside Vicarage Road is finished Watford 1, West Ham United 4. Shane, we spoke when coming up today and we said main thing is not picking up any injuries, which hopefully Delafeu hasn't, not getting any suspensions, which Holebas has, and winning the game, and we haven't done that. So overall, it's
ding 0 from 3. Yeah.
Overall, really disappointing day at the office.
Yeah, very disappointing. I said it at half time. We looked like we were on the beach. The players looked like they had a holiday booked next week. Honestly, it genuinely looked like that today. First half started all right. Kind of got the ball going forward. Delafeu, I think, had a half chance. Got it on target. Fair play to him. But do you know what? The red card for me made no difference. West Ham were cutting us apart with 11 men. Mikel Antonio, physically very strong player. I've genuinely always been a big admirer of him and his fantastic goal celebrations. But today, especially the one he did against Spurs, but today, I don't know what it was, right? West Ham just seemed to be stronger than us, seemed to be fitter than us. It seemed like they wanted it more than us today. First goal, I mean, there's no point going through goal by goal. Our defending was atrocious today. And I've said this off camera, I've sometimes said it on camera, but today is the day you've just got to admit. You've just got to come out and say it. Craig Cathcart, Adrian Mariappa cannot be starting centre-backs next season. They cannot. We need to now move on. We finished this season 11th. Bottom half of the table. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. It's still disappointing to me. Still very disappointing. We should be finishing in the top half of the table. You know, we've had a very good season. We've let it slip this season. The standards have been poor. Cathcart, Mariappa have had good spells this season. End of the season, they've fallen apart. Holebas's red card, I don't know. I've seen it back. Is it a red? I haven't seen it from all angles. He does pull him back though. Don't know if it's last man, but he's out. He's out of the FA Cup final. Are we going to go and appeal it? Yes. Will the FA do anything about it? No. It's the same rigmarole that we've always had it, and you know
it's really disappointing.
It worries me for next week now. It worries me. Before this game, I was very much blue sky Watford fan. Yeah, last game of the season. Yeah, it's the FA Cup next week. Yeah, of course I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an occasion. It still will be. But after today, looking at the way West Ham ripped us apart. City are off now. They're off celebrating the league. Thank you. Right? They're off celebrating the league. At some point, when it's all died down, Monday or Tuesday, they're going to look back at our highlights of our game today and they're going to be licking their lips. Cathcart, Mariappa, Kabasele as well. Sorry, I should just point out, Kabasele didn't actually start today. What was the point? Honestly, Messina doesn't fill me with any confidence at left back. The end of the game today, of course, we had the lap of honour. I'd sign up Troy's son for one game. And he might be better, because every time I saw Messina on the ball today, he passed it backwards. He doesn't move forward. Holebas used to do that a lot when we first had him. He'd get the ball, pass it backwards. He's improved his game. Messina, it's a big call for him. Starting FA Cup final, sitting on the bench there, he wouldn't have expected that. Seeing that red card for Holebas, he would have been like, whoa, I've got a massive chance now. Ultimately, though, the game kind of petered out. I'm not going to lie, I started looking at the results of other games. It was one of those games, see you, mate. One of those games that I just...
Didn't really mean anything.
I lost interest in it. Because we were 2-0 down. Delafeu scored. Nearly fucked it up. Very nearly did.
The finish in the end.
The bounce got it right for him. Slotted it in. 2-1. Fair enough. All right. Then it was 3-1, and then the penalty came 4-1. It felt. I'll tell you what the game felt like today. It felt like Huddersfield away last season. 4-1, outclassed all over the pitch. Didn't look interested, and a red card to boot in all of that as well. See you, Basil, buddy. See you, mate.
They'd have a fight with that bloke.
Yeah, I was getting genuinely concerned actually earlier, but.
Anyway, thoughts going into next Saturday, Shane? Honestly, can you see us winning it? A lot of people are.
We're a Watford fan channel, and we've got to be as optimistic as possible. There's a part of me, and there's always a small glimmer of hope in these kind of cup finals. I'm sure Wigan fans had it all those years ago. That
with Ginger Gerrard.
Ginger Gerrard. But are we going to have a Ginger Gerrard in our team to come out and win it for us? Doucouré, Capoue, great players in there. Do they look like score? I mean, Doucouré today, ball came across the box, guy clears it. There was a lot of frustrated looks today. Andre Gray didn't really do a whole lot when he came on. Troy, I thought, was anonymous for most part of today. It's going to be tough for them. It's going to be very tough up against a very good Manchester City side, fresh from winning the league. In my deepest thoughts, I think we can maybe nick it. But that is being blue sky thinking. But as I said to somebody in the week, and as I did, I've done, people have been asking me questions about the cup final and everything. The game is about stages next Saturday. First 15 minutes, don't concede. Don't concede. First 15 minutes, it's crucial we don't. If we concede early, we've had it. That City side will pile the wings. You'll have Sterling, you'll have Aguero, you'll have Bernardo Silva, you'll have David Silva. These are players that have had experience of winning trophies. They know how to play at Wembley. Let's be fucking blunt for 1 minute here. None of our players know how to really play at Wembley. We bottled it once. Great semi-final.
What about the last game?
Yeah, great semi-final. But Wolves collapsed. In that game, Wolves collapsed. You ask any Wolves fan who isn't bitter, they collapsed. City won't collapse. It just won't happen. I think there's a part of me that thinks we can maybe take it to extra time. I don't know. The first half, as I say, is going to be crucial. We can get in there, as we did at the Etihad, 0-0, all to play for. There'll be a chance. I hope the players can sniff it out. But ultimately, look, it's going to be a great game, and I just hope, from my perspective, and as a fellow fans, we don't just get lost in the occasion. I want to be able to take it in. It's probably never going to happen again in my lifetime. The fans that have waited how many years? 30 years for this. Need to make sure we take it in. Need to make sure that we just enjoy the day as a whole. Embrace it. And at the end of the day, it's the last Premier League game here of the season. Whatever happens at Wembley, I'm incredibly proud of every single player on that pitch. Every single player on the pitch, on the bench today. At the end of the day, and I urge any fan to do this watching, when you're at Wembley, when you're in your seat, look out at the pitch, take it in, and just realise where you're standing. Realise that it's the 18th of May and it's FA Cup final day, and you're not at home in your fucking onesies, eating your ice creams and your takeaways. You're at Wembley Stadium, you're watching your football team play in an FA Cup final, and seeing the players walk out will be an emotional moment for me. Can we go one step further? Can we do the impossible? The odds are stacked against us, but this is football, and given the week we've just had, who knows?
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see.
Shane, top man, legend.